Hey everybody, we're back. Sorry about that. I thought the stream was doing some goofy stuff. Just want to go ahead and restart it, and we should be going again. Just let me load the page again. Alright, there we go. Sometimes chat is really like slow to load. Okay, so we're back, and we are sitting here in the trade district, and you were telling us about the different phasing of the instances, and that this is group content, and you finally made, for the first time, an EverQuest 2 solo instances?
We've had instances that you could go in solo, but these are actually versions. So what we do is we try to provide content for all play styles. So we have an Overland zone, and we have group content, we have raid content. But what we did with these instances, so you have the city of Drac here, which has 3 districts. And what we did is we have a contested zone, which is the entire city of Drac here that's under siege, and you go into it, and you can run around with other groups, kill as much stuff as you want. There's all kinds of bosses around and cool stuff to see. And then what we did is we took each of the 3 districts, which is the Mercantile District, the Arcane District, and the Capital District, which is actually Dracula Prime, and we turned those into instances. So you go into an instance, a separate instance with your group into that, and you get to go in and face different stuff and different challenges. And so what we did with this stuff is we have our normal group instances, and we have challenge versions, which they're balanced towards our really kick butt players who really know their stuff, and they're almost like mini raids. They're 6-man raids, and they're for the players that really want to challenge, and they reward at that level. And then you come down to the normal level, which is designed to be still challenging, but for most of our players. And then what we did is we actually made solo versions of those, which they're identical to the group or the challenge versions. But they're completely tiered and balanced for solo players. They're actually for 2 players, so players can actually bring in a second player, or they can bring in a mercenary, or they can be completely, awesome and go in by themselves and own stuff on their own. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. And the solo versions drop heal potions and damage potions and all kinds of stuff. They're really meant to be fun and not ruffle stomp you like the challenge version. So
that's good. So you said there were 3 districts, and we are currently in one of them. You want to?
Yeah, this is the Covenant District, and this is
So are we running at normal speed right now, or are we?
Yeah. Actually, most people probably don't run at this speed, and I guess I could cast something on us. Let's see.
Okay, because somebody asked, how fast can you move across this zone, because it looked pretty big. Well, there you go. That's how fast it took us, and we evidently got a little bit of a speed hack. So it's going to take you a little bit. And there's another construct.
We actually have mounts and all kinds of stuff that you can use that will speed up the process. I was kind of running at I wanted to run at a speed that people could stuff as
Look at this construct. You just lazy construct.
These are actually, I think, these are actually being built.
Lazy. Oh, he's a salvager. Maybe they've been destroyed.
Oh, yeah. They might be salvaging it. That's right.
Look at that.
They are lazy, though.
Don't leave me.
Get up and move something. They're supposed to be, moving stuff around and polishing and building the city or something. I don't know. All right, so over here, we're going to pass through this hallway. Maybe. Hold on a sec.
So that big, huge area that we just went through right there, this top triangle piece, triangle pie piece, that was the Covenant District, which is more or less the crafting trading zone. And I'm showing the map for everybody to look at right now.
It's one third of the city.
Okay.
So I'm going to summon you again, so we can go to. I want to speed things up.
Okay. His wife's gonna kill him.
Nah. Man, she had to give you a name I can spell easily, huh?
She made the female version of me Graculetta, but instead of making the male version of me Graculin, she just made it like random. I was like,
yeah.
Okay.
It's role play. She was trying to give you a proper Ixar name, and that's exactly what she did.
I appreciate it.
This is the Arcane District, and this is the district where they have their colleges, where they study wizardry, sorcery, and necromancy. To the Dracarians, necromancy is not necessarily evil; it's a necessity of life, and it's accepted widely that, especially in battle, you might need to bring in reinforcements.
Well, we got all these useless corpses laying around. Might as well find something good to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, and if they died once, then I'm sure they're probably going to be okay with dying again.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's that kind of philosophy where
it hurts less the second time.
Do what you got to do to win. So here we have another construct, and you can see he's recolored to show that he patrols the Arcane District. This is actually the Lyceum of the Recondite, which is the College of the Unknown, if you want me to translate it into non-geek speech.
So are you that guy that comes up with all these names?
I am. I absolutely am, yeah.
That's good.
And so in here this is basically your arcane proving ground. You have guys in here casting spells, showing how awesome they are, summoning creatures, conjured stuff, and this is where they go to watch and study and learn to, whoa, there's something being summoned. Crazy plant monster. And
that's the technical term, the crazy plant monster.
It is, absolutely. And you'll see these guys are not they're not slaves to the dragons, they're custodians.
Okay.
They actually they respect the dragons and are respected by the dragons, and everything they do is basically a monument to dragons. So you can see up here, I mean, their armor is etched with dragons. Their monuments are heads of dragons. They love them and respect them as elders and keepers, and so. But yeah, and then, let's see. Whoa, there's a raptor.
Hey.
These guys just basically, they stand around and show off.
They conjure stuff, yeah.
Yeah, conjure.
I'm bored. Let's conjure a raptor.
You conjured a raptor, I can conjure a skeleton dragon. So, and you're like, holy, how am I going to one-up that?
Where's that at, skeleton dragon? Where are you at, skeleton dragon?
It's a random sequence that they summon, so we would probably have to stand here for a few minutes. And then I'll take you down the street to the Necro District.
Sounds good. That's where I like to hang out.
Yeah, it's actually my favorite area too.
They put up less of a fight.
Yep. So we're gonna walk under the legs of this big construct, and this is the center of the Lyceum of the Recondite, or the Arcane District. This is where they have the 3 statues that represent their schools of magic, and they have teachers and students alike here studying the arcane.
So this is just one central faction in this city too, correct? There's not like different factions within.
There's 3 sub factions, but not ones that you actually interact with. There's actually more than that. There's actually some secret societies and some there's the Chronomages, which are a total secret amongst the Dracarians that are basically prepared to do whatever it takes to set things right. So that's kind of where our storyline starts.
That was a question out of the chat room. So there you go, chat room. Yes, there are factions. Well, that's really cool right there.
The main faction in this city is Claws of Vishan. These are the disciples, children of Vishan. So they worship Vishan, and that's the main faction that you deal with.
Is this Vishan up here?
No,
or what used to be his skeleton?
This is just a massive Whoa, there you go.
Are they gonna get mad at me for jumping on their effigy?
Nah.
Look at me, guys! I'm jumping on your effigy.
Since we're here and we're in GM mode, they don't really they're not gonna mess with us.
Yeah, alrighty.
Let's go back here and maybe we can catch the summoning of the skeletal dragon.
Cool.
And then after this, we will head to the capital district.
Okay.
So yeah, in here, this is the Veneration of the Apostles. These guys are in here. They study the really deep necromancy. It's a school of the really powerful necromancers, and they're all about pushing the limits of their craft. And so these guys are basically standing here doing this big elaborate summoning spell. They're trying to summon something impressive, and it looks like they're powering up. So here we go.
They're taking us to 11.
We might have gotten here just in time. Let's see what happens. Oh, there we go.
There. He's smiling at me. If you're actually watching this, I'm in first person, and he's like looking right in the middle of my screen, smiling at me.
Yeah.
And there he goes.
They didn't have enough magic to keep him here, so he went back to his realm.
Oh.
And then
pansies.
It's we tried to do a lot of really awesome spell effect flavor type stuff in the city. So when you actually get to come here, it's a big deal. We really want you to feel the city's alive and moving. So
what do we got now? Let's see. They're summoning me.
They're gonna shoot you to the moon.
I emitted a low rumble, then roar like a lion. And then a dragon poops on me. Alright, let's go. He's like, that's enough of that dream, buddy. So earlier you were talking about the fact that the gear that you have is going to be from like some of the encounters and stuff like that in Skyshrine. What about the gear that I have on? Is that the same? So I have cool gear too?
Gear you're wearing is from the first chapter of Vallee, and that's actually armor from Kale Drakel, which is the city of the giants. And it's stuff that's kind of a mix between it's the worship of Ralozek, who's the god of war, and it's kind of got some Roman taste features to it and stuff. It's in the colors of Kale Drakel, which are the cobalt blue and the black. But yeah, this stuff was earned through conquering the giants of Kale Drakel. So.
Or just sweet talking somebody at Sony. That's how I got it.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, so we saw the dragon. You said you wanted to go to... Oh, you left.
Yep. I'm going to summon you to the capital district.
He has abandoned me.
And right under the Mother Eternal, which is this... You're going to turn around and see this massive gold statue of the dragon Bishan. Bishan, sorry. If I have any you people that are there, they're going to be like, he said it wrong.
They're going to go to Sony Renaissance Fair and beat the crap out of you.
Yeah.
That's not what it's called anymore, but I think that's what it was ever called.
Fanfare.
No, didn't you guys... It's SOE Live. Where have you been?
Yeah.
I'll get in trouble. They did change the name of it, though.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
It's SOE Live.
I'm actually just now hearing this from you, so that's pretty interesting. I spend all my time with my head in my monitor and making stuff. So
see, I was like, man, I what happened was I'm like, oh man, because I did EQ1 and I wanted to do EQ2, but I wasn't prepared for it. And then I get an email from Sony. They're like, hey, we got an expansion coming out on Tuesday. Do you want to do EQ2 on Wednesday? I was like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, got a crash course on all things Sony. Buff up. I'm like, oh, they're going to have SOE Live at Bally's in Las Vegas, and it's no longer Fanfare.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's SOE Live. It's because
I think they wanted to try to come up with something that was all-encompassing, because now we have DC Universe Online.
Yeah, and PlanetSide 2.
Realms, and we have a lot of other awesome games coming.
Yeah.
So I think they something that was I can't not justify it, but I can't come up with the the reasoning, but yeah. I mean, I didn't know that we were changing the name till just now.
It's no longer Ye Old Renaissance Fair.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe they're trying to make it more modern.
Oh, I was totally staring at you and didn't even notice that there's this big, huge golden dragon behind me, which is what you were trying to show off to me the entire time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then somebody in the chat room goes, "Hey, look behind you." So being a smartass, I actually turned around and looked at the wall behind me.
Yeah, this is the capital district. This is where all their capital, all their government and rulership stuff goes on. It's basically one giant district. That's one giant shrine to everything they worship and believe in. So in the center you have a very large statue of the Mother Eternal, which is Vishan. So
awesome. Oh wait,
you got a capital district sentinel coming by.
That's that's the coolest looking one in my opinion.
Yeah, you like that color scheme?
Yeah, I do. That's boss, and I like the little wisp over its head.
Yeah, they do some pretty crazy stuff actually. They have Tom Toby, who is our senior animator, put a lot of time and effort into these guys, and they do just like crazy when you fight these. In the rare instances that you actually get to fight them, throughout the city as it's being invaded, you'll find some constructs that have just gone. They're in defense mode. They're just trying to defend their city, so they're going to obviously attack you too. And when you actually get to fight them, they have some pretty crazy animations. Let me see if I can find. Okay, I got him to stop over here, and then whoa. So now let's see if I can script some animations onto him and have him play them. Hopefully you don't die.
I don't think I'm living.
Yeah, you're casting some nasty Shadow Knight magic on him and he's turning green and stuff.
Little devouring mist.
There you go. That's the staple of the Shadow Knight. Whoa, see, he knocked his top off. That was pretty cool. Alright, so, whirling attack. He's gonna spin around and knock you across the room. Yeah.
I didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
They asked what Vallee's was. Vallee's is a casino and hotel in Las Vegas.
And then we're going to do some serious casting animations where he's like whirling around and shooting you with his pieces. That's pretty cool, huh?
I think what's cooler is he's hitting me for like 100,000 hit points. I'm not dying.
Yeah, well, you have some serious dev avatar on. There you go. Whoa!
Oh, he just hit me for 92,000. I'm alive.
Yeah. He's giving you the full-on assault. Yeah, we'd pretty much be a mud puddle.
Yeah.
We'd this buff on.
So, are these just not meant to be killed, or is there an actual way that these are part of an encounter that you will destroy them?
These guys, you can attack them, but I seriously doubt you'd be able to kill them without 24 people.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. So it is designed to be a type of raid encounter at a certain point.
Well, obviously it's a tier 12 or an X4, so yeah, it's our raid tier. But
okay.
These guys are in a city that you can't bring a raid into. They're here for flavor, and they're also here to raffle stomp you.
Gotcha.
But mostly, they're here for flavor. You will run into these guys in the heroic content. You will definitely run into some of them. You'll run into some that are bosses that have, really cool abilities and use all their crazy animations. But yeah, these guys are mostly here for flavor.
Cool. Well, now that you showed us this beautiful city that you built, why don't you show us this beautiful city that you destroyed?
We're gonna go. So we're gonna go. Just to explain, we're going into the city where we will where you would actually start as a player.
Okay.
I'll zone over and then I'll summon you. When you come to the city of Drakir, you're coming here as a hero. You're coming here. You're sent by King Yelenak, who is king of Sky Shrine. He's one of the dragons. He knows that you're heroes, and he's sending you here to help, because the city that was completely supposed to be uninvadable, the unsinkable city, the Titanic of cities, is now under siege.
So the king of this city in the future, which is under siege, is sending us back in past to save the city.
He's actually sending you to the city in current time. And when you get here, the city is completely under siege. It's over. I mean, there's a few guys that are holding out in the center. You have the overnights, which are this elite guard. They're defending the center hub. They're pretty much the elite of the elite Dracarians, and they're holding the line. And you come in, and you will meet a Chronomage, who is one of the Dracarians, and that's where your adventure starts. He's going to send you back in time to try to have you help find out what exactly happened. How did the uninvadable city become invaded? It's kind of crazy. So when you get here, you start peeling back the layers and trying to find out exactly, what happened to Sky Shrine. Where are the Crusaders, the four Defender dragons that are supposed to keep the city safe? They're nowhere to be seen. What happened to them? And you're gonna try to help these guys out and figure out exactly what is going on. So
sounds good.
And what happens is you'll start working with him, and he'll start sending you back into certain parts of the past to try to intercept. So the first instance you'll go back to is the Covenant District instance, and there you're going in, and the city's just being invaded. So you're seeing the Clausovetian Dracarians being attacked by the Awakened, and they're dying all around you, and you're like, oh my god, I guess I better start, whip out my sword and start opening some whoop ass, and so you'll go in and you'll collect, you'll help defend the city, and you'll collect reconnaissance, and you'll come back, and then he'll move you. There's actually a big storyline with him that I don't want to give away, but he's kind of restricted as to how far back he can send you without bad things happening. So all right, so let's head into the city now, and we'll pass one of the elite overnights. These guys are the the elite defenders. They're the best of the best. They're holding the line, keeping the hub. You'll see now you come out and everything is on fire, and there's battlements that have been pulled out to try to defend the center hub from the invading armies of the Awakened. And this is a contested dungeon, so you can come in with groups and you can progress through the content. And now you're going to start to see Malagonians, which they're actually the same race. They're actually the same race as whoa.
I think I'm dead.
Yeah, you'll live. Yeah.
They're there.
They're actually the same race as the Dracarians, but these are the ones that opted to side with Terraform and not Yelenak. So, let me make sure I have my aggro on, and then let me aggro you too. That's probably the problem. I think you're aggro.
I think I'm getting aggro.
Yeah, boom. So I think you're fixed now.
I defeated a Bloodscale.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at that.
You owned those guys.
That guy's cool. Looking right up here.
Returned with the Raffle Stomp. All right. So this is one of the Osseous golems. These are actually golems made of dragon bones. They're summoned by Dracarian mages, and these things are something that even the mages themselves, they summon and they get away.
What's the command to hide the UI? Not to play Stump the Chump, so I hope I'm not.
If you hit F10 twice.
Alright. I want to get a first person close up. You want to go pose by him over there?
Yeah, let me have him come over here, and I'll hold on. I hid my UI while I was explaining it to you, and now I can't see what I'm doing. Isn't that awesome? So, see if I can get this guy to show off. He has some pretty amazing combat animations also.
Why don't you just go over there and aggro him? gets to fighting.
He
That was cool. That one right there.
Actually comes apart and turns into other dragon forms like this one.
So is he like a mini boss, or is he just like
these are constructs that the necromancers, from the other side, the Malagonian necromancers, and they're like berserker destroyers. They don't have any allegiance at all, so they actually summon them and then leave them to destroy anything in their path, and they would probably even attack the necromancer that summoned them. So that's actually when I started working with the artist on these creatures, and that's Christopher Atkins that did these creatures. I said I want something that's just
insane.
It has no allegiance to anyone, and it will kill anything in its path, and I want it to look like it's made of dragon bones, and it's a magical construct. So and they actually have a cast animation where they'll actually turn into a dragon form. I'll get him to play it as soon as he turns around this way. You can check it out if you're far enough back, because it's pretty awesome. Let me, here.
Do that again.
Let me,
I backed up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, hold on, I'm going to stun him. I'm going to cast stun on his butt. Make him stay right here. Alright.
The sound effects are courtesy of Kyle.
Yeah. And then, just so you can see it again, his whirling attack, which is where he shoots out a serpent dragon around him. What else can I get him to do? His spawn animation, where he's summoned, which is pretty crazy.
He's not doing anything for me right now while he's stunned.
Really? You can't see him do the animations?
I did earlier, but not once you stunned him. Once you stunned him, I can't see him do his animations.
Alright, let's just unstun him, I guess. See if he'll come over here. Oh, come on.
There we go. Now he's dead.
Yeah. And then when he dies...
See, this is why we can't have nice things, because you break them.
Yes, exactly. He falls apart. Here. We'll bring him back, and we'll attack him. Alright, here he comes. And then if you want to stand back, I'll get him to play some of the crazy, and then the crazy, where he actually casts the shadow of the dragon.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. He did a good job. Tell me he won. He won the internet when he made that one.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah. King of the internet. Vote for him now. It's actually like a website, by the way.
Is it?
King of the internet, yeah. People win cash. I think like the pool is like $7,500 right now.
Dude.
Yeah.
I want to be king of the internet.
Nominate yourself.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah. Or you can nominate someone else. It's pretty funny.
I'll nominate you, and you can nominate me. What do you say?
I did.
If one of us manages to win, then we'll split it.
I would agree to that. I think your terms and conditions are fair.
There you go.
All right. So is there any like little sub bosses you want to tease and show off in this area?
Yeah. I almost left out the animations on these guys were actually done by a guy named Chris Myers, and he spent a ton of time on these bone golems. So just want to make sure.
Chris Myers, bone golems.
Kudos where kudos go.
And it was Chris Atkins was the animator.
As the artist that
Artist.
actually did. Yeah, that did the bone golems, and he actually also did the Sky Shrine golems and a ton of other stuff that I'll be showing you. But as we run back here, we're going to get back to the big tent area district, and you can see that, you know, the world is on fire. The roof is on fire. And so yeah, the whole city's been laid to waste, and there's wreckage and ruin. Carts have been burned, and everything is on fire. And there's drakes and dragons swirling above the city above us, raining fire down on the trees and the buildings. There's actually a rare dragon in the particle effects above the city that'll fly in and just shoot fire over everything. It's really awesome. It's unfortunately something I can't do with a GM command to show you, so if you're lucky. It's random. There he goes. Oh! Yeah. Those are badass. Sorry.
No, that's fine. You can curse. I try to keep it PG.
Well, I think that's PG, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You know, back in the 80s it might have been PG. I tell you what, I actually watched, you remember that terrible 80s movie called The Wizard with Fred Savage?
Yes.
Where they debuted Super Mario Brothers 3?
Yes.
Yeah, I just watched that the other day. My wife was like, "What in the world are you doing?" And I was like, "Babe, it's The Wizards. You've never seen this?" And absolutely not. She's never seen it in her life. But they're playing games like Double Dragon and, you know, F1 Racer and all kinds of crazy stuff. And, yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
I was going to summon you to, over here.
But
we're gonna...
they had some colorful language in there, and I was like, this is PG, and they're saying, like, all kinds of funny stuff.
Yeah. So this is KildraCon. He's an ancient...
You logged me out.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. When I summoned you, you went link dead.
Oh,
there you are now again. See if you can just log back.
I'm logging back in right now.
Unless no, it couldn't be your internet, because I can hear you.
Yeah. You kicked me out. Ooh, look at that. So this is a level 100, 4-time epic.
Yeah, this is a contested dragon. He's KildraCon the Ancient, and this guy is probably, he's one of the tougher dudes. He's sleeping because he's so awesome that he really doesn't even care we're here.
Okay. So can you, like, poke him as soon as you wake up?
The problem is that if we poke him, he'll probably shoot us halfway across the zone. So I was gonna see if I can get him to wake up without actually having him wake up. But if you wanna stand back.
It says he's immune.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got little priests. Which I attacked.
There you go. Whoa!
Wow.
So yeah, if you get in the corner there.
This, by the way, is not how you're going to tank this guy in
No. I think you're giving away.
I think you probably.
Strat.
Yeah, I think you probably need 3 tanks. You take one of those each to the corner and fight this guy facing the other way.
And then he also summons these shadow destroyers,
which are like the blue version of the red ones we saw earlier.
Yeah, and they're
the boss.
But
and I'm stuck.
I mean, we most certainly are gonna get pwned by this guy, so.
Dude, you're the GM.
Yeah.
You should kill him and have him drop, like, I don't know, legendary loot for us.
Actually, yeah, he drops much better than legendary loot. He drops probably the best stuff in the game, so, yeah.
Can you actually look at him and see what's on his loot table?
Yeah, or we could just kill him.
Okay. World first. Start frapsing, guys. I think it counts, though, because the GM helped me.
Yeah.
World first solo. You see it here.
Yep.
Ooh.
Right, we got an achievement.
And 1400 faction.
That's how awesome we are.
That's how you roll. That was the most ridiculously easy encounter I've ever played in a game. You, sir, failed as a designer.
I know.
Double blast. So, is this an item or like a spell for someone to learn?
I don't know. I don't have to see what's in the... Let's set the loot. Hold on. I'm the group leader, right?
Let's
so
set the loot? I was going to say, because I see all kinds of loot.
No, hold on. Let's see. Group options. And then we can set it... let's see. Need before greed. And then if you, like, get out and then open it again. So, yeah, that's a master spell for the brigand class. That's the second highest tier spell you could get, so we can hit greed on that, and then you have a crazy breastplate in there that's looking pretty nice. Let's see, who's that for? So fighters, you could hit need on that if you want. And then we have, this is a trade skill item, so this is prime great dragon scale, and you can actually, it's a trade skill item that trade skillers can use if you examine it to make all those pretty amazing items that are listed on the bottom. You have
awesome. You have
a shield and a cloak and a pretty hefty hammer, and yeah, so there's that. And then he dropped another, this is a cloak, so yeah, wow, he dropped a lot of loot. People might want to kill him.
Yeah. Might be a good idea. So come kill this guy.
Yeah.
I'll let you have spell and stuff. Let's see. So equipment. Open up my bag here. Oh, my bags are apparently full with lots of stuff.
Yay.
And
got
there's
blessed by the Christmas.
Yeah, look at that. And I don't... Oh, there it is. It's hidden on me. So, level 92. I'm going to equip it. I got to tune it. It's attuned, ready. And let's see.
There you go. So
here's my new chest piece.
Yeah.
Looking all beast. Looking like you.
So this is a capital district. You can see it's much different than the last time we were here. You can probably make out the Vishan statue in the middle, but pretty much everything's on fire and ablaze. The city's completely under siege by Wyvern and Dracota, and you have the bone golems, which are the blue ones. That we tried to make stuff that looked different for each district, so it was recognizable. And so when you're in the capital district, things look more interesting and different. So we had different versions of the golems made, so it looked like different magic. When we go to the Arcane District, they're actually green, and they have green magic holding them together. And
you melted the golden dragon.
Yeah.
It looks like that, or maybe I'm just seeing it.
No, you're seeing it from the wing, I think.
Okay.
It should actually be intact, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could melt gold.
But you can see, yeah.
There we go. It's good. It's good.
You can see there's...
You had me worried.
Over and things toppled and burning debris everywhere, and the Malagonians are coming in with their flaming magical weapons to lay waste to the city and take it for themselves. They actually want the city. The city's a sacred place, and they're not here to completely destroy it. There's going to be, some damage that they can't help, but their goal is to take Sky Shrine for themselves and take the throne of Yellonak for Terrafirm and his generals. So, and the heroes of Norath are players, and they are here to stop them.
I'm trying to stop him, so I got to think I'm going to get Rolf stomped by him.
You like that word? I love that word.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's my word of choice.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that one in a while, to be honest. My Rolf compter goes... Did you want to go to the Arcane District, since that's, we haven't been to that one yet?
Sure. Alright.
Where's the loot? Loot.
Well, actually, the trash mobs do actually have a chance to drop pretty nice stuff, and they also drop trade skill components and stuff like that. Hopefully you don't go Link dead again. I summon you.
Nope, no link at that time. I'm a huge trade skill, like I said earlier when Dave was on. So I like the fact that I'm seeing crafting items drop off of in-game bosses, and it doesn't appear like they're any kind of BOP, so you can trade them to other crafters or whatnot.
Yeah, we really put in a very robust crafting progression for Sky Shrine. So, and there's a lot of stuff, and you can make some very, very nice items. So yeah, you can see here. Remember we were here and the guys were here doing their summoning and stuff, and now pretty much it's completely.
That's right. Oh, what was that?
Shoveled. That was a worm. He's over there.
That dire claw obstructor.
Yeah, he's over there patrolling, and he's showing how badass he is.
He looks kind of like a brontosaurus at the moment, but he was red a second ago, and he looked pretty bad.
Yeah. Obviously, if we were in this area without GM stuff, this stuff would be attacking us. So he's patrolling back and forth and showing his magic,
When brontosauruses go bad.
Yeah, these guys are all they're all sentient. So the worms, wyverns, they're you can run into elder worms and elder wyverns, and you probably don't want to run into those, but
no, it would be bad.
Yeah,
all right, show off. He wants to do it. Show off. There we go. Oh, he putzed at that time. He got camera shy.
There you go.
All right,
never trust a worm. So you got one over here that's just kicking it. He's just like, I don't. He's like, I don't care that you're here.
There was that old pen and paper game that said it best: never cut a deal with a dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's actually not D&D. Let's just think.
Never deal with a dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, I am the last one. I was thinking Dragonheart for a second.
No,
there.
it's a pen and paper game by a company that's not around anymore, and they're actually. I'll let you think about it because I don't want to talk about somebody else's thing.
Yeah, that's
with
cool.
you, but
you can see here like the whole city's on fire,
yeah.
And there's embers raining down instead of nice, pretty leaves, and lots of stuff is displaced. And yeah, so this is the contested area. So you can come in with multiple groups. You can run around and fight other groups for encounters, or fight them for raid mobs or whatever. So everything in here is, if you attack it first, it's yours unless you lose.
Okay, so how many different raids can this support?
We set these up so that we really want them to run well. So we limit the zones to 50 people. So
okay.
if there was a raid in here, which would be 24 people,
it's only 2.
You could have a couple other groups, separate groups in here. But then as soon as it'll hold more, so you can have more people in it. But when it reaches 50, it'll spin up another instance of this zone that people can zone into. And we try to you'll on some days you'll log in and you'll click on the guy to go to Sky Shrine, and you'll see, there's Sky Shrine 1 through 7.
Yeah.
You're like, which one do I want to go in?
All right.
And then also, it's okay. Go ahead.
I just saw your green construct over here. I can't decide which I like the best.
Yeah, I like the green ones the best.
Yeah, I'm kind of partial to the green guy.
Yeah, they're really awesome looking.
Yeah. So Sky Shrine 1 through 7.
Yeah, this is actually a named. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a named. He's a
boss. Clutch.
He's a boss that's walking around, and he's got all kinds of abilities, and yeah, he's a lot tougher than your average bone column. So yeah, he's just sitting here kicking it, being all awesome.
Do you want to smite him?
Sure, go ahead. Smite away.
All right, I think the chat room got hit with commercials, so I'm gonna give it about 30 seconds, and I'll smite him.
Okay.
All right, time to smite. That wasn't 30 seconds. He'll be all right.
Yeah.
He roars at me, flinging unknown substances in your direction. So now
Yep.
he is part bone golem, part monkey at the zoo.
This one is actually disease-based, so yeah, he's...
So he really is flinging poo at me.
he's probably flinging stuff at you don't want to be flung at you.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. But yeah, so are you ready to win?
Yeah. Yeah. Because he... Woohoo!
Yeah.
Got
So
the faction.
There you go. For killing the head honcho guys, you get faction, and that's how you earn faction with the Claws of Ishan. And there's actually some really nice rewards for earning max faction with the Claws of Ishan. They take care of you. They give you access to their Dracarian armor and weapons, which is the stuff you see the guards in the cities wearing, and it looks just like the stuff they're wearing.
You rolled against me for the loot.
Yeah.
I'm sniffling. Alright.
Okay.
Meaning. Alright, let's go.
You can find lots more loot.
Just give me trouble.
Yeah. So yeah, and then there are also instances of this, and then the next place we're gonna go is Lower Sky Shrine.
Okay.
We're gonna head to the lower city, and I'll summon you down.
Sounds good.
Let's see. Let's set my zone timer on myself. This is where I finally have technical problems, right? And it says they're updating that zone, so what the heck? Let's give it a minute. I don't know.
Apparently they're saying, oh, no one has shown Lower Sky Shrine yet. Am I getting an exclusive?
We have not shown much of Lower Sky Shrine, so yeah. You would be getting an exclusive.
Yesterday if it wasn't released.
If the zone was up. No, yeah. I'm gonna fire off to the ops people and ask them why my zone is down.
Yeah. Hey, I got this game. Maybe you've heard of it. It's called Quest 2, and I can't log into one of my zones.
Yeah. Well, we are on. In all fairness, we are on test copy, so
That's
this
true.
is our playground. This is where we test everything. We had Sky Shrine on test for 5 weeks for the update, just to let people run through it and try to break everything. I think it's the longest we've ever had an update up where the public could go in and test it and investigate. But and thank goodness we did that, because the people who played on test copy helped us find a lot of bugs, and they really did an awesome job helping us test out stuff and get it polished up for the launch. So
you know, I really dig your shield that you have, by the way.
yeah.
Wow.
It's actually supposed to be, I guess it's a pattern version of my breastplate. So if you look at my breastplate, so I have the crazy dragon eyes and the teeth, and like the midsection is a mouth, right?
Mhm.
Be awesome. And then if you look on the back, it's the pattern of that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Here, I'll attack myself and bring the shield out with the awesome flaming weapon of doom.
I got a pretty nice weapon too.
Yeah, the weapon you are wielding is from Rowan Pier, and that's that's a pretty awesome weapon actually. That's Soulfire, or a version of one, or a version of Soulfire. So
apparently I have a tower shield also. I wonder why.
Yeah, you have a tower shield, but you're using a you're using a two-handed weapon in your appearance. So yeah, but you are wielding Atiak, the Spirit Render, and it's a version of Soulfire, which is a mythical sword.
That's what it may look like I have, but apparently I have the Edge of Pure Elemental Fury.
Yeah. So you have that sword in your appearance slot, which is really cool. We have a whole set of appearance slots. So any gear you get, you can put it in your appearance slot and show that gear to everyone, and you can use whatever you want in your actual functional slots. So even though you're wielding a two-hander in your appearance slot, you actually have a one-handed and a shield that you're actually using against monsters. So.
Okay. Oh, so gotcha. I have an appearance slot that's nice. Got okay. I just noticed that. Hi, where have I been? How do I turn off my appearance slot?
You can take that out of your appearance
slot.
Oh,
is that just it? Okay, so I was curious if there's like a toggle switch to turn it off or whatnot.
Yeah, if you unequip it, there you go. And so now you're wielding a sword and shield, and there you go. Now you're
what
the crazy Kale Call helmet.
Well, that's a Legionnaire.
Yeah.
Or a Centurion helmet.
Yep. Yeah.
That's a pretty funny shield, by the way.
Like that?
Yeah.
It's giving a very a taunting grin to your enemy.
Yeah. That's good stuff right there. I'm a big sword and board kind of guy, so I'd actually prefer to have the shield going there.
Okay.
No, I lied. Actually, that's a pretty cool looking sword. I'm gonna have to go back to it. But I do like but I am a sword and board guy.
The helmet is a Kale Call helmet. So the Kale Call armor, like I said, has some Roman influence and some other stuff. It's really cool.
Well, I lost my.
It went in your inventory.
Yeah, there I go.
Yeah, there.
I put it somewhere so I wouldn't lose it. I just couldn't remember where I put it. How ironical, right? So
that's a sword that is a board.
Yeah, it is. It's like a frat paddle or something.
Yeah.
Just need to put some Greek letters on it. So is there anything you want to show off why the lower city's down? So.
Yeah.
I think it's a no. Like, oh man.
Let's see. So where can we go? If we go into the other instances, they look pretty much like the current city. They have different population and different bosses, and different events in them, but you'll pretty much be seeing the same destruction and fire and guys. But yeah, I don't know why lower is down. Let me try something else here.
Okay.
Done. Sky. So, yeah, what the heck? I am foiled again.
Birds chirping in my ears.
Birds?
Yeah, I don't know where it came from, but I heard ding and I heard ching as I discovered the effigy of the Garden of Perpetual.
Because you found a discovery. That's a exploration volume, so you're getting experience.
I lost you. Kyle hung up on me. I think he hung up on me. Kyle, you there?
I kicked my headphones in, so
Alrighty.
that was great. So yeah, that's an exploration volume. So what we do is when you find places of interest, you get experience, you get alternate achievement experience, you get actual experience for finding that place the first time. So that was what you got, was the update that you found the Garden of Perpetual Propitiation. There you
Propitiation.
go. There you go.
So, speaking of AAs, did you add more AAs into the game with this
So we actually
content update?
did the beginning of a different leveling scheme. So with 91 and 92, you actually receive prestige points every 20% of each level, and those are points that you can spend into really cool new powerful abilities that you get to choose which direction you want to take it. So that's actually on the prestige. If you hit L, you'll have the character development and alternate advancements window pop up. And if you scroll all the way to the side, you'll see prestige. And this is the beginning of our prestige class when we take you to 100, which we plan to do pretty soon. And as you develop to level 100, we're going to bring you down new lines where you'll actually gain points as you level and get crazy powerful abilities that are class defining.
Soul Tier. A single target life tap ability will grant the Shadow Knight increased mitigation for a short duration. These effects can stack. Or do I want Death and Destruction? Improves the base damage before modifications of Doom Judgment, Death Cloud, Chaos Cloud, and Grave Sacrament by 20%.
Yeah, that one's that for each point you put into it, and you can put 3 points into it, it will bring up the base damage of those spells. So Doom Judgment is a huge Shadow Knight AoE. So yeah, these are pretty powerful abilities. Just between 90 and 92, we brought class power probably up 20% overall.
Cool.
So that they can come in and meet the challenges of Sky Shrine. So, but yeah, as we go to level 100, you'll be gaining new prestige abilities, and the tree will grow, and we will give you more class-defining abilities. Because by the time you get to 100, we want you to feel. I mean, you should honestly be as awesome as you feel as awesome as you are, and be as awesome as you should feel. If that makes any sense.
You should start to become a demigod at a certain point. You are level 100.
Yeah. We're gonna bring you up pretty close to a demigod.
I've gained a new ability. I am a Chaos Knight.
There you go. And I think actually as you progress through certain trees, you actually get titles. So when it says you're a Chaos Knight, I think you actually get a title that you can add to your. I'm not sure if you go to character menu and you go to options, and then you'll see there's a prefix title and a suffix title.
Yep. I don't.
Yeah. Keep in mind we are on test copies. So.
Yeah, no, I understand. I was saying no, it will let me put them on there.
Yeah. So I know that certain AA abilities and certain AAs, when you get to the end lines of stuff, you get granted titles to show people, you're a Chaos Knight, you're a Plague Knight. So, and we want to kind of give people a defensive and an offensive line to use. We actually have specs that you can save and then swap them out. So you can set up to be a defensive tank or an offensive DPSer, or maybe you use your offensive line for soloing or group play.
Now, this obviously just came out, on the live servers yesterday, but you did just mention plans to bring characters up to level 100, and currently We're at level 92. How do you guys plan on doing that? Through additional content updates on this expansion, through further free expansions, or paid content, or is that something you can't talk about yet?
The current plan is to bring people up to 100 with the next expansion. It could change. We're trying to come up with new ways to give character development that are a little more interesting and a little more, fun. So, but yeah, so probably sometime this year we hope to bring characters up to 100. But that's definitely the plan, and you will definitely see level 100.
So do you already have story arcs in mind? Is it going to be new story, old story?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of story. We're trying to wrap up our Ages in Prophecy, which is a storyline that's been going since the launch of the game. It involves many big characters throughout EverQuest 2, and it also involves Carafirm, who's the crystalline dragon. He's the sleeper, the awakened sleeper, who is part of the Age's End that heralds the end of the world of Norath. So we're trying to wrap up that storyline within the next year, and we have a lot of other really cool storylines that should be starting this year and taking us past the Age's End Prophecy. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I obviously can't talk about.
No, I totally understand. And I'm gonna ask you another question that maybe you can or can't answer or won't answer. And I actually talked to you briefly about this before we started the stream. Let's say that I'm totally new to the EverQuest franchise, or maybe I've played EverQuest 1, and I've played other MMOs, and now I'm coming back, and I see EverQuest 2. And I see they're both in Norath. So what's really gone on between EverQuest 1 and EverQuest? Why is there an EverQuest 2? Why was it maybe just a new engine or updated graphics? How did it become EverQuest 2, and what separates it really from EverQuest 1?
EverQuest 2 is actually 500 years in the future of what happened with EverQuest 1. And our lore follows EverQuest lore up until Planes of Power. And then after Planes of Power, our lore changes. And the interesting thing is we have plans to do some more explanations of that and how EQ and EverQuest and EverQuest 2 actually do relate and meet at some point. But yeah, it's a new world. So.
No, that's totally kind of the answer I was looking for. To be honest with you, I wasn't too sure on what the backstory was and how we went from EverQuest 1 to, it's very intriguing to me to see two concurrently running MMOs on the same IP. You don't really see that. So that's, I'd say
true.
definitely something that's unique in this, and really, or I guess really you had three until recently. You guys just had the what was the Adventures of, or EverQuest Online Adventures. Whoa, hey, who's this?
I think you just spawned on us.
So we're sitting here having a nice conversation, minding our business, chit-chatting, and this Elder Wyvern apparently is a little upset. I'm not a dragoon. You can't be my pet. Can we kill it?
This is a boss. Yeah, he's on a timer, so he's a random timer. So I guess he decided to spawn while we're standing here.
Now let's kill him.
Go ahead. Have at it. I think you can take him.
You should not have come. Really? Dude, did you just chop my head off? What happened there?
He said he was going to crush you underfoot, and apparently he did.
I don't even think it was his foot. I think it was like his wing. He just got a bitch slapped me, and I was done.
Yeah, these wyvern, they used to use their head.
He's tough.
Crushing you is crushing you.
Yeah.
One way or another.
He's not playing around. He's level 100 heroic, but he's only like one thing. He's not like four things. No, he's
just
a bunch of things.
A tier 9. So yeah, he's a heroic. He's a single group encounter.
Okay, so and that's a 6-man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boom.
Yeah. Look at that.
The entire contested is actually focused around 6-man content. And then there's also we have X2, which is 12 man, and then we have X4, which is 24 people. I don't want to say man, I want to say people.
Yeah.
So yeah, 6 people, 12 people, or
we don't want to discriminate.
Yeah, because actually some of the best raiders I know are female, and they can pwn us. So
just to for all
pwning me.
Yeah, for all the females out there that are concerned that the pronoun him or her is not used in relation to gender, it's just used to refer to somebody.
Yes.
And that's like
the head count.
Yeah.
So we have 6 man, 12 man, and 24 man, which is our X4, our raids. So, and when you see the symbol X4, it actually means 4 groups. So 4 6-man groups that become a raid.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna see what this new helmet I looks like Interesting. I dig it. I kind of look like you now. Oh, you know, I wish I could almost hide my... I've never wanted to hide shoulders before until right now, because it looks like I got the same looking chest piece you do. You just can't tell it because my shoulders are clipping the eyes on my chest.
Yeah.
So for everybody out there, I'm cool looking too.
Yeah.
It's not just Kyle. Like what? We're still like lower, aren't we?
Yeah. I actually have people trying to get that zone up for me.
Okay. So what's down there that you want to show off?
So I might have explained this, or I might not have explained this. The city of Drakir is actually a part of Skyshrine that didn't exist in EverQuest 1. Lower Skyshrine is where the nostalgic parts start, and where you start seeing stuff that was actually in Skyshrine and EP1. Keep in mind it looks completely different, but it's 500 years later. But we have a lot of stuff down there that people would associate if they ever played in EverQuest's Skyshrine zones. So, and it's the underbelly of the city. It's where Yelenak's throne is, and it is also under siege, and it's part of the storyline where you get to find out exactly how Skyshrine managed to get invaded and what happened to the Crusaders, which are the 4 protector dragons who were protecting the city. It's pretty cool. It has a lot of cool stuff, but I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be given a peek at. We should probably think about heading out to the Overland zone maybe and showing people Withered Lands.
Okay, that sounds great.
So let me see if I can get out there. It's weird because I'm wondering if they if they took some stuff down on me and we just happened to luck out and be alive and living in this zone. So. And away I go. All right. So Withered Lands. Withered Lands is the Overland zone, the open air, with Overland zone that. Sorry, my mouth is starting to get dry.
That's okay.
I think I talk too much. But yeah, this is the Overland zone where there's a ton of solo player quest content. We also did put in some raid mobs and some 2-group encounters, some advanced solo stuff, which is stuff that's designed for small groups, 2 or 3 people if you want to, or if you're really awesome and skilled player, you can go into the advanced solo stuff and show people how awesome you are.
Yeah.
The way that the lore for the Awakening Lands is in our first chapter of Vallee, you went to Kaeldra Call, and Kaeldra Call had in EverQuest had behind it the Awakening Lands and Skyshrine, and when the great when the Great Cataclysm happened and Vallee got basically kind of torn in two, you only got to see a very small portion of Awakening Lands behind Kaeldra Call. When you discover the way, being led here by Jelinek, you discover that the Awakening Lands is quite in a different situation. It's been abandoned by its gods, and its inhabitants have become corrupted, and there's a corrupting force of magic here, and it's become more dark and eerie and more swamp-like. We have the Great Combine, which is a faction of cities that have come together to work their way here and discover the secrets and help the adventurers move forward. So this is a Combine camp here, and it's a quest hub. So there's a lot of quests and cool stuff for solo players to do. So if you see the feathers, those are guys that are offering quests to you.
How do you know that I'm an adventurer? I don't know. Maybe all this armor that I'm running around in and this big freaking sword strapped to my back. Hey, it's obvious.
Yeah. I mean, you're level 92. You should be acknowledged as a hero, as a badass. So yeah, that's these guys and the inhabitants of Skyshrine. They know that you've been sent here by the king of Skyshrine, by King Jelinek, who's I think he's actually one of the most ancient dragons, and so they know you're here to lend a hand and save save the world.
Yeah.
In the end, but not right this moment, but through the storyline, you will eventually save the world.
And you know what the first step in saving the world is?
Killing 10 rats.
No, making a map, being a cartographer. Though killing 10 rats is a very good guess.
Sorry.
At the very, very beginning, I guess. Then, if we want to rewind it to level 1, it's killing 4 like stone golem kind of things.
Yeah.
So that's step 1.
There you go.
At level 92, the first step is making a map.
Yeah. Well. They need help with all kinds of stuff. The premise is these lands are inhabited by stuff that these guys can't handle, so they need heroes to go out and show them who's boss. So yeah.
Okay. Now although the creatures in Cabal ruins are likely mindless, there's still likely a hierarchy of some sort there, even if it's mostly some form of latent memory. I've offered to scout the area for Sergeant Hurla and see if I can provide her with any information that might be useful to her and the other Combine soldiers. If you're looking for voice work, let me know. Sounds good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I appreciate that.
I think you would sound really good in DC Online as a hero.
Alright, we got another quest. And let's see. Let's just pick up all these little quests and run around and scout out and kill monsters and avoid wife aggro.
Yeah, so sorry I can give you a tour of Lower Skyshrine, but yeah, it's probably time I should cut out. I was actually I was going to hang out for a half an hour, but I was having so much fun that I decided to.
That's what happened.
Unfortunately, I can't stay till 1 a.m.
No, I don't.
With your predecessors.
No, I didn't even expect you to, but yeah, I've had that was Eastern time, but.
Oh, okay.
So,
Still, that was dedication.
It was. They enjoyed playing the RVR going on. So, but I do appreciate the time that you did spend with us, and I hope that you can come back again at a certain point in time.
Fun. And I would definitely enjoy it.
And so again, this is Kyle Vallee. Vallee. It's that double E, man. It gets me.
Yeah.
So, and then the chat room saying hi.
I'm a lumberjack, not a car parker.
Oh. I'll remember that. Lumberjack. Not a valet. Not a Vallee.
Yeah.
Okay. But Alright guys, for those of you guys that are still in the chat room watching, I'm going to actually go around here and start doing some of the quests. I'm going to drop the stream for a second, and I will be